I really have nobody to bring me up, you know, so I used to stay on the roof with the birds. I used to sleep inside the coop. I used to sleep with them. You know, the pigeons, and you control them, like you feel like a general.
Yes, it's a strange way to start an episode, with being introduced to a guy who calls himself the General, who evidently really likes to sleep with birds, pigeons to be exact. And why is the General getting it on with pigeons? Well, strange things can happen to kids that grow up in hostile environments. In today's episode, we are going to take a look-see at the old question when it comes to if a kid is going to grow up to be a general of the pigeon population, and that would be the old question of nurture versus nature. You know, it's a big old question that comes to mind when a kid turns out to be a bad egg, so to speak. It's in the DNA or it's in the environment that a kid grows up in that shapes and molds a kid to be one or the other at the end of it all. The thing is, when people debate that, they use a lot of big fancy words and lingo from shrinks and such to show that the answer to that question isn't so black or white. But in this episode, I want to show you the black and the white of it. That some kids, it has nothing to do with DNA. For some kids, it's the environment that they grow up in that is so toxic, full of toxic people, that some kids have no hope. And as I've said before, hope only exists when there's a human in the room, and that human hasn't given up and resided in the mindset that there is no hope left. And it's those mindsets that are within a kid's environment that cause the greatest damage to kids. And this episode, I'm going to show you extreme environments, which are polar opposites somewhat. One where the poverty is a part of daily life, and one where it isn't. One where violence is used to shape behaviour, and one where it's just the fear that does, and where both of these environments blame each other for the other of its youth. The ignorance of non-education to the ignorance of the wrong education. And when you see these kids within these environments, you see that the chances a kid has of growing up to be a good guy is definitely got to do with the lack of adults in the room. And the second thing about this video, that I believe that you would agree with me, that if, as a kid, you grew up in either of these environments and made it out to the other end, as a good guy, then two things would happen. The first is that you deserve a medal. And the second is that we would go and teach the others and get them out of here.
I've been working ever since I was 18 years old. Been out on my own ever since I was 7. My kids just think it's easy. They just, I have 11. There's 5 in jail. They don't know what it is to get up in the morning time to go to work and come back in the afternoon and say, I work today. They never had a job. All their life, I worked. The father took care of him. It was easy. So now he's gone. I'm still doing it. When the father was here, it was easier. Oh yeah, they was afraid of the father. We have the kids sitting on the refrigerator to keep them warm. The heat goes up in your coffee. Oh yeah. It's out of boiling water. This is a dog gonna say, oh, don't let me burn my hand. Oh, take it easy. Whew. And this water is W. We have heat about a good week in a month. And the man got nothing talking about he's going up on rent. And we can't even get no hot water, no heat. I don't like this at all. Don't make no sense. Mary, how do you feel about all this? Right. What's right?
The whole thing. No food most of the time. I'm talking.
So get up out my seat.
Yeah, another thing. My nephew, he see other kids out there dressed better than he do. He wants some of the things that he see out there. And we can't do that. And so that's why kids get out here and steal today.
And if I go downtown with somebody and I see something I want,
Get ready, because here comes that uneducated ignorance.
I just go in the room where you change that and put it on and put my clothes over top of them, come on back out and leave. Then I go somewhere and take it off, put it in a shopping bag and hide it, and go back and get what else I want.
Knowing you could get arrested, knowing you could go to jail, does that scare you?
No. Probably when I get older it will, because I'll be going to prisons and stuff.
Okay, sure.
But now don't, because when they send you, I'll come home every week and stuff. And I'll be right back home, my family, about every week. And when I come home, I'll be still doing the same thing.
And he is one of those adults. We'll call her, hooker.
We got to have some money from someplace.
Can you make as much money working as stealing?
You make much
You make
money
more,
stealing.
more.
You make more stealing.
You make more.
Cause sometimes I go out there and I steal. I bring about in the house $300 or $400 sometimes.
It's out of it when you hear the adult in the back, skiting along, being proud that he's able to steal that much money a day. The ignorant adults within this environment that are shaping this wise guy's environment are as bad as the ones coming up.
Hey, Timmy, go ahead.
You get tired. You get up, you go to work, you come back. It's the same old thing. Every day. Nobody working but me. Nobody cares but me.
Now, we're about to meet the mother. She's probably the closest thing to an adult in the room, I would say, in comparison to, what's that chick's name? Oh yeah, definitely above that. But you've got to see it as, if you've got an adult in the room, the greatest sense that adult needs inside that environment, especially when shaping kids, is the sense called common sense. And you're about to see why.
And I just done got tired.
Shelly, how do you like watching?
Yeah, if I could just go and keep on walking, I'd just keep on walking. And I wouldn't come back. When the father was here, it was easier. Oh yeah, they was afraid of the father. They know he didn't believe in going to no jailhouse, getting nobody out. If the police didn't bring them to him, he wouldn't sign them out.
That is such a bent out of way shaped to look at it, because if that was respect and not afraid, then when her old man left, it could have still been a lot easier. Common sense, it goes a long way and can last a lifetime.
I really thought some of them was going to grow up to be something, but look like to me, from the oldest on down, ain't going to be nothing. It makes you feel bad, but to me, it seems like to me they don't care. They just keep on with the same old thing over and over. Fast as they get out, they go right back.
If you see something and you want it and you haven't got the money, I mean,
I still it. I want to go read yourself like that, Mary Lou. They should give you life for saying that. Well, I'm telling the truth. That's the way I feel about it.
You see how, what's her name, Hooker here, you see how she looks so natural in that stance? Because that's how she communicates. That's how she looks when she communicates with both her clients and the police.
How is it that you have 6 kids who feel differently?
They got a different mind.
I feel that they don't really have to pay for it, because I can get it be out paying for it.
How does it make you feel that I came in here and I left with less money?
That's right. That's how much mana this whānau has. When the chick that's making this documentary, when she has her stuff stolen by this screw-up and his mates, and that in this guy's environment, no one has any mana, because no one asks him to put it back.
And that really got me, because out of all people in the world, they should not have took your
Right
fight.
now, I ain't touched the lady pocketbook.
And what we're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, is we're about to see Mr. Smooth here apply his smoothness and tell us a story that it wasn't him who did it. And this clown thinks that this story and the way he tells it makes him look innocent, and it's that kind of intelligence inside this dude that makes him the clown.
I ain't have nothing to do with it. I was in the front room at when the crime took place. I was in the front room, and the victim was back here. The victim took the belongings. The victim went over in the corner. Then the victim went out that door. And now the victim is gone.
That's out of an A. He's that ignorant. He doesn't know the difference between a victim and a thief.
That's the big.
No name has been spoken yet.
I already know who it is.
When I came home, I stopped stealing as much as I used to. I sold a lot. But I don't do it as much as I used to.
Well, that's good that, what's her face? It's good that she doesn't steal as much as she used to, eh? She's probably just spending most of her time now blowing cigarettes, smoking babies' faces.
I be thinking about where I'm gonna go to make me a couple dollars that day. Then I stake out my place and I go on and do it. But now I'm a partner in jail. I gotta find me somebody new until I get caught.
But that won't be long.
I tell you, I wake up with love on my mind.
What did Auntie Hooker just say?
I tell you, I wake up with love on my mind.
Yep, love on her mind. Every time she looks down at her hand and she's at $5 and a crack rock, she knows that that night was a good one. What really pisses her off, though, is when she gets up and gets in front of the mirror and sees there's a couple of used condoms stuck to the side of her face. Auntie Hooker.
Well, that was a good one there. What did it do to you?
You wanted something and you wanted to take it. What line would you draw?
If I had to hurt somebody, I won't take it.
You have hurt people.
Yeah, because he hurted me.
So now we find out that it's not only Genius here has the problem in identifying the difference between the victim and the perpetrator, is that Genius here thinks that hurted is a word.
Yeah, because he hurted me.
You've never hurt anybody unless they hurt you first?
Like I be messing somebody. Yeah, I done ran up to men and hit them in their face, but dog, that don't hurt them.
You know what really about this is that I think about what are the chances that little baby there is going to grow up and have a full and wonderful life. And that full and wonderful life, the chances of that happening are taken away by the very people who are meant to be providing it. That pisses me off the most.
You know, that sort of just give them something to think about. It don't hurt them.
It's bad. If I had to stay here with them all the time, I think I'd go crazy. Because I couldn't take it. When me and him separated, well, when he left, the whole attitude changed. They changed. Seemed like to me they just figured, oh, well, nobody but Mom. We can do anything we want on now. No matter what I did for him or how I tried, it didn't make sense. The way they changed, the way they went, the way they did. So I never could figure them out myself.
Right, who's up for meeting two more members of her family? Who's up for meeting these next two? Because we're about to be introduced to two more, and they are two sons. And what are they hard at work doing? Oh, she goes and visits them in prison. Because they're in prison, and this next moment of family reunion just warms the cockles of your heart.
You come back out, do it again. You go to jail, you come back out. That's all it is one cycle.
Court is a waste of time. They smack you on your hand, and then you're gone again.
What do you want to see, man?
Larry Farms and Charles Farms. I get tired of going backwards and forwards from jail to jail, visiting different places. Maybe if the jails was a little bit tougher, or they was locked up long, it would make a difference. Now, how long you been going to jail?
Too long.
Ever since you was, what, 16 years old? You've been in, and out. If you was to try to stay out, you could
We
stay
don't talk
out.
about that. I don't even feel like talking. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I'm locked up.
I know, yeah, you tired, you don't feel good, you locked up. So you've been going to jail ever since you was 8, and you 29. And you say you tired? I'm the one tired. You see, I get tired of showing my face. It ain't a police in town, really don't know me.
Now, I can get out today if you got $20.
You got the rest of the money. Only thing you need is $20.
No, you don't need no $20. Just stay in. Set the
I
20,
don't want to stay in.
set the 20 out. This way I won't have no money involved in it. You won't owe me nothing. I won't owe you nothing.
That is exactly what you'd want to say, right? That is exactly the thing that she should say. And that is right. And that is also a learned response that she gives when she says, no, man, I'm not going to give you $20 to get out. And that's a learned response, most likely because she has been in the same situation, most likely many, many times before. So that's a learned response. I'm not going to give you a thing. So therefore, you don't owe me nothing. I don't have to chase you up. It's gold. And again, foreign. Because if your kin were in prison, you only had $20 to pay to get them out. It's like, well, why wouldn't I do that? And it's like, well, because of the crime they committed. And it's like, well, if I was under murder or something, and it wasn't a fucking sex crime, then how? Of course I'd get my kin out. I'd get my mates out. I think most people would. And this is a mum. This scenario is a mum and her sons. And it's only $20 for both of them. It just shows you. It shows you how she has absolutely no respect of what the other two are. Any respect for what they say at all. And she bases that respect that she has for her sons based on the respect they hold for her. And that's why that is so fucking foreign to us. Because even if we're in that position, you wouldn't treat your mum like this.
Listen, I'm talking about me now.
Well, I ain't got no $20. I ain't gonna give you no $20.
Hold on, what's that?
My $20, oh no. If a person did a crime, I think they should be punished. And I think they should stay there quite, a long period of time, not just go in and come right out.
What she just said is crazy. And it's not crazy because it's not right, because it is right? But it's common sense. Common sense. And why is it crazy if it's common sense? And I'll show you at the end.
I wasn't really doing nothing but taking people money, that's all. Just running up and down the street when I see little kids come out the food market, take their money.
Right, let's have a quick game. Let's play Guess Who. Right, drum roll please. Drum roll please. Guess Who? Yeah. And that unfortunately brings us to the end of part 1, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2 next week, and we'll see. No, I'm only joking. God, you guys would kill me if I did that. No, I had to break it into 2. Anyways, I put a link in the description and in the first comment so you can watch the end of that drum roll and see part 2 of this two-parter. How many of you got pissed on that? anyways, I love you and enjoy part 2.